I'm not sure if it's been abundantly clear, but I really like Halo as a game franchise. I think it's very interesting, and it's been a Sahara Desert of news on the new Halo game. Halo Infinite was supposed to come out in November, however, it got pushed back, which is good. I think they should spend more time on it. After last year's, I don't know if it was the Microsoft E3 event, but the actual trailer that they had for Halo seemed to kind of be underwhelming. Since then, 343's worked really hard, or at least it seems like they've worked really hard on, saying, hey guys, stop, stop what you're doing, no, stop, and they've actually decided to put some more effort into it, try to take some more time. That they are kind of crunching right now, and I'm a little concerned about the 343 employees that might just be like in some chamber. Then they're just they have like a Viking drum that's going, and they're just having to work super long. But I think the extra time has been really nice for them to actually polish out the game. Not a lot of news, no gameplay, no demos, nothing like that at this point, which is a little surprising considering it was supposed to already be out. However, it seems like that was just really a long shot that was never really going to happen until we actually got the news. So, let's take a look at this new news story that came out today. It's called Inside Infinite for April, and we're going to look at some of the new screenshots and stuff that they have for the game, some new news. So, let's take a look. So, welcome to the latest edition of this blog. It's going to be monthly. If you're just joining us, here's some refreshers. Here's the four previous ones. And this one, I believe, is for April, right? So they have is it December, January, March, maybe before November? November, January, March, whatever. Okay, sorry. So this time there's two. There's a producer and the development lead, and they have lots of video game experience, so that's pretty cool. Let's hear whatever we can expect when they actually boot up the Halo PC version. So let's look at this. This is a 13, sorry, 13. It's going to say 13 by 9, but that's not true. This is a 32 by 9. This is a widescreen monitor, and it looks like things are running on perhaps Ultra or something fancy. If you take a look around, you can see, um, obviously some Forerunner stuff, and this kind of looks like the other screenshot that they showed us, but now it's on widescreen, so sure looks big. Um, so this guy started working 2 years ago as a producer, and this guy started working. It doesn't say when he started working. He just says he's the development lead. And they talk about how cool Xbox is, how long have they been playing games, which is cool. I like that they're going for more of a community feel because if it's one thing that Bungie really instilled, it's that Halo's not just a game with a single player experience, but it's a multiplayer experience. It's about community. So to this day, it's really the reason that I still care about Halo is the community. It's what keeps people coming back. So I'd like to see the 343 say, no, no, but really though, the community. That's like a very important cornerstone of Halo Infinite too. It's nice to see that. It's not just like, wow, we really need to put a lot of money into this big blockbuster story. It's we really need to focus on community, and they're making people like more, characters. So here's another widescreen shot. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm glad they spent time to talk to these people. So you can see here, if you really zoom in, you could probably, find out on a cooler YouTube channel than mine about what these enemies actually are. But the architecture looks really cool. This reminds me a lot of Halo 3, specifically when you'd go into, I guess Halo 1 too, when you go into the different rooms that are underneath the surface where you can actually try to activate different parts of the ring, not just straight blow it up. Anyway, so um, this JG, who were you talking about? Jeff Guy. Hey, guy. I'm not your guy, buddy. How often do you think he's heard that joke? Probably a lot. So, Jeff here says that he wants this to be a Halo game built for PC players by PC players, which is going to be the first time, I believe. But I got to think about it. Yeah, it is. It's the first time that it's actually launched concurrently from a console experience to a PC experience. And I don't know how many people actually own gaming PCs compared to consoles, but I want to say it's like, 2 to 1 or maybe 3 to 1, just because everyone needs computers and not everyone needs an Xbox. So there's just so many more people that actually have the ability to play this, especially if you optimize it on the low end. And, you know, if Halo looks at games like Fortnite or like Valorant or even like other Riot games, the games that are really popular in the Twitch directory, it's popular for a reason. It's because everyone can access it. Passionate about giving players what they want, taking a great game and making it run the way PC players wanted to play, honoring the hard work they put in their rigs, and welcoming all new players who have not played Halo before if they're not console players. They also want to work harmoniously with console players so you can easily play with your friends regardless of platform. Example of honoring those high-end PCs is ultra graphics presets, so its best PC's hardware can make the game look amazing. And yeah, there hasn't been the best history of PC optimization with Halo, but they've gotten better as they've released games from MCC2, from sorry, they've released games on Steam slowly over time and then made it so it's a big platform and you have people over, in the different ecosystems as they're commingling. Yeah, I think that that's really cool what they've done there. So you can see that they have one in normal, one in what is the size? Campaign, and it's 21 by 9, so 16 by 9, 21 by 9, and 32 by 9 for that ultra wide screen. So it's pretty cool. Um, Player identity is at the center of PC gaming. So it's talking more about PC optimization. This talks about the different FOVs, which is nice. I'm so tired of hearing everyone in the Halo community say, hey, sprint, that really ruined it. It was just the sprint. It's really the reason it ruined it. It goes so slow. Why does it feel so slow? Now you're going to get something where you have 3 different aspect ratios like this, so you can see more information on the screen for people who want to maybe play slower, but they actually get more information. At higher FOVs, you feel so much slower than you would at a 16 by 9. And that's just because what you're looking at is a much smaller picture, right? But there's all this other visual information you have in these 32 by 9s where you can't actually capture that really immediately and process it in the same way as you would a, let's say, this. So, and you're looking around constantly trying to get more, but, this is like, what is it? 2 times the size. It's 2 times as much visual information your brain is trying to process. So, hey, it makes sense that you'd be going slower on this one. And if you ever look at a camera, if you do a video and you actually record something at, here's the one-time zoom. Here's the default of someone who's running, right? And you run them or you film them running as they go past you. You film it, then you do something where you do the 0.5 and you actually zoom in if you have a powerful enough camera lens and you do the same thing. Looks like they're going much slower, but in reality, they're just crossing a larger plane. Very cool. You can customize it, and I'm glad that they're looking at that aspect of the game. What opportunities have you faced? What opportunities and challenges have you faced? Job as a part-time educator and PC hype man. You know what? I think I actually might have met one of these guys at DreamHack, Anaheim. Anyway, so they give you some more screenshots so you can actually see so much of this. There's still not a lot that we're able to see of the game, like the hexagons. Where when building a game for PC, I can imagine there's a great deal of things to consider: graphics cards, monitor sizes, input device, refresh rates. What features can PC players look to? Mouse and keyboard, ultra wide support, displays, whatever. Ability to play with your friends on platforms, that's awesome. We don't have to do the things where people are get it off. Very important. They all play through the same thing. Um, Showing FPS, ping it, and ping in an overlay. Yeah, that's that's something that PC players are a lot more used to. Halo Infinite's been built from day one for the PC for the ground up. What sort of experiences have helped guide you on your path to make this a strong start? Mr. Guy here says he has experience with AAA FPS games to PC. And then Mike Romero says he's new here. um, yeah, so look, we can see here they have all these other ones. They've had some of these options within Halo MCC for a while, I believe. Some of these I definitely recognize, some of them I don't. I don't remember geometric quality or geometry quality or shadow quality or lighting dynamic. This is more common in games that I've seen like Valorant and stuff like that. Uh, Keyboard, mouse, video, audio, user interface, accessibility, that's important too. I feel like it's really hard to play Halo if you don't have, full on accessibility support, but Microsoft has been really good, especially with their adaptive controller, or not adaptive controller, I'm sorry, their uh, whatever, the accessibility controller where you can program things to be pretty much whatever. They've tried really hard to do that. So good job, Microsoft, on paving the way. Bad job on some game companies that don't make their products accessible for people who are handicapped. That's fucked up. um, Here's this ultra wide Forerunner interior, and you can see here again, we kind of looked at this before. There's a, I don't know what that is, but that looks like a rocket launcher or something. But 32 by 9, a lot of information to process again, but looks very shiny. It reminds me a lot again of Halo C and Halo 3. Um, then they have these tales from the trenches. We've been conducting external flights and playtesting. The very small external group representing a variety of backgrounds. Getting to see folks outside the company experience the game for the first time has been a thrill. So they're doing testing on the game. Seeing a turnaround in opinion based on changes is truly gratifying. Rest assured, we've got our feet wet over the last couple months. And they have been doing a lot of experimentation with MCC, which is good. I'm glad they have been because they really needed that, frankly. And to hear is actually, this is Tashi, right? So they're saying here that they actually have a new venue for the HCS, which I can't remember when it was. That's really good. Is it Joseph Staten? Must be. Mm. Yeah, Joseph Staten. So he obviously worked on the original Halo with Marty O'Donnell and the rest of the original Bungie staff that were working on Halo 1 and Halo 2 and Halo 3. Not really sure past that what he did. So it's cliche to say a picture's a thousand words, but honestly, I'm gobsmacked by everything I see in ultra wide or super ultra wide. Um, Playing Infinite on these aspect ratios, it enwraps you. There's my guy is getting creative with the word choice. Enwraps you, huh? Like never before. Especially if you have one of them fancy curved monitors. I don't. So maybe I need to get one. Sell me on the hype 343, do it. I'm crazy like that. I'll do it. I shouldn't have a debit card. What I do bears some additional words. What I do think bears some additional words aren't what features we're building for PC, but rather who's doing the building. One of the best parts of being the quote unquote new guy on Halo Infinite is he gets to meet a whole bunch of new people, while people like Jeff Easterling and Mike Romero, if I remember correctly, are too self efficating to say this themselves. In my career, they're two of the most talented, dedicated, humble people I've ever met. They're working exceedingly hard to make sure that the PC Infinite experience is as great as possible. The good news, when I look around the whole team, they're not alone. As we head in the shutdown and polish phase of the project, I wish you could see all the incredible work. And it's the same commitment to making a game that Halo's most ardent fans will love to play. Brief customer service announcement. While I hope you enjoyed this month's 1,000 word screenshots, we know that game videos are worth at least 10,000. And the great news is that summer, i.e., game industry event season, is just around the corner, and there are more glorious plans afoot. Stay tuned. Well, interesting. I think that's good. They really just have a couple pictures here, and they give you some updates, which is important for people who like Halo news. Um, there's some other things that I've seen that have been confirmed, like crossplay, um, some other things, but I mean, I would expect those things at a bare minimum since they've had so much time and they've been pushing everything for an inclusive environment on Microsoft platforms. They've been pushing for inclusive, just one ecosystem of mouse and keyboard, controller. You want to play it on your phone? Cool, we can. Here you go. played on this can't remember the name of the program, the xCloud. Yeah, here's played on xCloud, played on Steam. They're probably gonna have it on Epic Launcher. Who knows? they're they're crazy, and they're gonna make it free to play. It's gonna be a really great time to be a Halo fan. Again, because frankly, it's been very bad. There's not been a lot of new updates. Halo 5's last tournament, the official tournament was like 2017, 2018. I went to the last Halo event that was in 2020. COVID's done awful things for any kind of live event, and it's really unfortunate because there's been mass layoffs. There's been like the Blizzard layoffs, right? Where Activision Blizzard laid off a bunch of people who are directly related to esports because they're like, well, we can make some more money and we're evil. Bad. No. Bad EA. Stop. Go to your room. I see a lot of potential in here and I see a lot of hope, but I'm still trying to be cautiously optimistic because we still have not seen that video. It seems like it's going to be very much, hey, wait till E3. Maybe you'll get a demo. I would love to be able to say, let's watch the Halo demo. Now we can download the Halo demo on everything. And you know what? There aren't a lot of Xbox Series X's out there right now. I don't even know if I Google search it, it's not going to be in stock. Those things are so rare. You have to fight off like it's like a Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, where he has to try to get the Scuba Steve guy. It's just about as hard as that. And you know, that was a silly movie. Yeah, that's right. I mentioned Scuba Steve in a Halo update video. I don't care. I'm crazy like that. I'll buy the ultra wide monitor. Give me a reason to. So that's the Halo update. They say, hey, here's some cool pictures. Here's some cool news. Look at all the PC support we have. Stay tuned. I will stay tuned. There's your TLDR. Just watch the last 10 seconds. This is Chris, and you guys have an excellent rest of your day. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.